Do you remember the format for tonight, ads?
Yeah.
It's short quali, sprint, and then...
Right, good evening everyone and welcome to FPRL round, what round is it? 5, is it? Spain, tier 3. This is our first sprint race of the season. I am your host, Collateral Ads, and I'm joined by Silver Soybe.
Oh.
So sprint race, first of the season. If anyone doesn't know how the sprint race works, we have a short qualifying which will determine the outright grid for the sprint race, and then the qualification after the sprint race, when that's finished, will determine on where you start for the main race. So who are you looking out for, Gary, today? Any people that's going to surprise you, or do you think it's just going to be the main people at the top again today?
Well, obviously we've got a few new drivers. I've been keeping an eye on their time trial times around here, of MCD in the Alpha Tauri tonight, and Dace Freak, or DTF Days. He's new, he's got a fairly good lap time, so those two are probably the ones I'm going to be watching tonight.
Yeah, we've got we had our social race last night, a little bit of practice put in. We had a couple of tier 3 drivers again. It looked like Diamond Douchey Poo was up there. Managed, I think, get a podium in the end, or win it, I'm pretty sure. So he was pretty fast. Strategy wise, Gary, today, set up, what do you reckon? It's quite a difficult circuit to get your setup right. Half of it is a fast, you got turn 2 all the way down to turn 4, which is the fast sector. Then you got the big long straight. Do you go for a more balanced setup, or do you go for more top end or corner?
Well, obviously, like you said, like this track's all about, because you've obviously got the long straights, but you've also got like the long sweeping corners of like turn 3 and the uphill turn 10. I run in the middle, bit of, oh, Soprano Legend has gone for a spin at turn 3. First person on board with. Yeah, I probably run in the middle, bit of a top end and a bit of grip, but if you're on full traction, it doesn't really matter what, how much you're in, because obviously the game's going to keep you on track. But yeah, I'll add to you've not changed the title of the stream.
Yeah, I did. It said.
Did you press?
Did say Spain.
Did you press start to save it?
Yes.
Oh well. Oh, final legend.
I'll change it back then.
You would have to end the stream, but I'm sure it'll be okay. People know what's going on. Soprano's having a bit of issues all over the place. Oh, my voice, Okay, perfect.
Right. Sorry about that, people. Just a little bit of information there. Officer who's racing in Belgium, Spain. So we have the championship leader who's running away with his championship at the present moment. Just gone straight into P1 with a 1:17.9, which is a reasonable time around here. Panic End has just gone through it, did a 1:18.3. Just had a little spin there from Scotsman into turn 3. So drivers are already struggling with that treacherous turn 3. Unfortunately, in this game, you don't even have to put power down around that corner. Your back end just slides out, so it is quite horrible corner to get right.
Oh, David's gone.
Especially when you
turn 3. Everyone's been claimed.
Yeah, so that's 2 drivers in a lap. It's gone round at turn 3. You had David and your Scotsman. I think it's to be honest, I think it's quite realistic, that corner, because I believe it's when you go onto the off racing line and you come back onto the racing line. I think you're hitting the rear end on the marbles, and it's making it spin round, because I can't understand what else that would, you know, what would cause you to spin.
Yeah, I've noticed it. Obviously, trying it on medium. Sometimes, as you're going around, the rear tyres just overheat and they just let go. I've noticed it's a bit worse since they changed the handle models with the tyres and everything.
Yeah, another driver we're just looking at now is FPRL Locker. Let's talk about him for a minute, Gary. You know, he was pretty much nowhere last season. He struggled last season's game, but this year he's come into this game with quite a lot of confidence through the races. I think there was one race where he had quite a bad result, but other than that, he's shown that he's capable of leading and winning the race.
Yeah, he's led the race a few times. He obviously got his podium in Jeddah, prize P2 in Jeddah, and he also got P2 last week in Miami due to the after race pens for Cruiser and Will, who's not here tonight. Yeah, Rocker has 2 podiums and is sitting 3rd in the Drivers' Champion. So yeah, obviously he won the first race of season 3 and then dropped away. Just didn't have any good results. But yeah, this looks like this year's game suits his driving style.
Yeah, he's just finished his lap. First line lap's gone straight into P6, so reasonable time there. Oh, and he's just lost it in turn 3. So that's another driver.
Very easy to corner to lose it.
Yeah. Cut-off point, Gary, for Q2. What do you reckon? Do you think it's going to be in the low, high 118s, or do you reckon it's going to be more than that once track evolution?
I'm going
something to affect.
I'm going to say where Cruiser is about 19.0.
I don't even know what a reasonable time round here is. Is it around 118.4? Is that a reasonable time?
Going off time trials, most people's time trials, like the better ends, like in the 17. So yeah, maybe the mid 18.5s or 18.4s probably is a decent time to get through.
I've just seen the Mr. David, Sir David Loleface. I believe he's just come into the pits for a fresh pair of soft tyres, it looks like. Obviously his first flying lap, he spun it at turn, one of the drivers that spun it at turn 3, so hopefully for him he can a decent outlap into a very, very good, reasonable last lap.
Oh, bye Sapana. Just watched on board him just completely disappear. We're getting back. Yeah.
Let's talk about David, Gary. Again, another driver who's shown very, very good performances this year. He had a solid P3 last time round, and one of his first podiums in quite a while.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if this might sound a bit mean saying it, but he was very much a surprise / bit of a annoyance to all the drivers. I know he was a really good rear gunner for Diamond in the end and held everyone up for a fairly long time. But yeah, he did deserve that podium of his as he goes around again. Oh, he holds it. A great catch. Just Tokyo drift that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got surprised how fast David was in Miami. You know, maybe that track suited his driving style. He really liked that circuit. Don't know, but he did play and race a very, very good race. Managed to get his first podium in the year, I think.
Yeah, it was the first double podium. There's an Alfa Romeo's gone up the uphill section bit. Out the way just in time for David, and David's now trying to get away with the other Alfa Romeo. Yeah, I think it was, if I don't get me wrong, but I think that was the first ever double podium for a constructor this season in Tier 3. The Ferraris are.
Yeah, so the Ferrari boys did very well. We're just on board with Mongo coming through into the last sector. Difficult sector to get right. You need to be good on the old throttle and try and open the car up as wide as you can coming through this tighty bit. I still don't like this, this what they class as the new part of Catalonia. I still like the old swooping right hand corner coming onto the back straight. What about you, Gary?
I do like the new sector. I think it's a bit more, if you can get it right and attack it, you can gain a lot of time through there.
Yeah, it's just all about hitting them curbs right on the chicane, otherwise it will throw you off. So that's near enough everyone who's done a first lap run. We just still have I'm Not Good and Soprano Legend in the pits. I know Soprano Legend did actually come out, but he again spun at turn 3. Again, drivers struggling there. And Davies just spun again. Oh dear, he's not having a very good time at the minute. And that is at turn 1, 2, 3, 4,
Up the hill.
5, 6. Up the hill, yeah. He's
He's beached it. He's beached it.
Someone give him a push.
Well, in the rule book,
He's going. Going.
Oh, okay, he's got it going. In the rule book, we have put in a feature: if a driver shows that he cannot get going after actually trying to get out, they will. Oh, there he goes again. That's the top tyres. Oh my god, he's on the racing line. Oh no!
Oh! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Both of the Ferrari drivers are colliding together. That is our championship leader out of qualifying.
And there's another SLP coming.
So that means that he will start as low as 15th. Oh my god, turmoil at Ferrari, Gary.
It's like real life. Oh no! Monkey Boy's going mental in the chat. Jeez.
To be honest, which is fair on David's side, there's not much he could do. He was facing backwards. He stayed still. He didn't move off where he spun. Obviously, he didn't want to, you know, come across as it being a dangerous manoeuvre. And obviously, Diamond was so concentrated, he didn't see David. And yet, both of the Italian Ferraris out in Spain. So this is going to be a nice mixed-up grid with the championship leader out of qualifying, Gary.
Yeah, but luckily for him, right? Luckily for him, he's got a 4-10 gap to the next driver. And even though he's out, because it's short quality, he will just sit in first. He'll still qualify pole. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot your short quality. So he's a lucky man there, to be honest. He's got that nice 4/10 gap. But yeah, it's that was one for the end of season clips. So Gary, follow all to the Alpines. Right. So Gary, do you want to follow I'm Not Good round in sector 3?
I'm not good for sector 3. Here he comes through. Watch, just gone for the new section to see how much curb he'll take on the inside. No, if you take too much, you will get spin, even no matter what traction you're on. See how much it gets a bit twitchy there. Really attacking the curves, but you want to stay off that sausage curve on the exit. That will chuck you out and bottom the car. Makes a very wide line, and he goes P10 with 1:18.9. Clean last sector. Could have tacked a little bit more, was a bit tentative on the curbs, but obviously, especially with those sausage curves that they've chucked everywhere around here, I think a lot of drivers are trying to stay away from as best as it can.
Yeah, we just had Soprano Legend go round at the top of the hill again. Another corner where drivers are struggling for traction there, and it's gone round again. So watch it, whoever's going in sector 3 now. Yeah, just got out of the way.
The runoff
to do because the track is so cold. It's looking quite cloudy, Gary.
Yeah, apparently I've just seen. Oh my word!
What was that?
Soprano Legend.
Someone hit?
No, Soprano Legend's lagging all over the place. I think Force Manures just had to go slow. On
Espana just gone first. What a lap by him!
Oh.
1:17.9. He has just beaten Diamond by 1/1000th of a second. What a lap!
Okay, so
Where did that come from, Gary?
yeah, I have no idea, but I've also just noticed that Reese B07 in the house has just arrived. Been sitting in the spectator cam and not realising that if he presses X, he can take control of his car. So if I were him, he would get out right now. He's only got 3 minutes left.
Yep, so it's tight. It's tight. It's tight between the top 5 at the minute. So you've got El Gord at 18.3.
But have you seen the gap between first and second? No, it's a 1/1000th of a second. A blink of an eye.
And look between first and third. I think here we have Soprano Legend, who has beached himself, and he has reset. Which unfortunately just come out reset in front of his teammate, and that has ruined his teammate's lap. See what if you was
gone around again.
Gary, if you was a steward, Gary, what can you do about that? Where if you beat yourself, you're allowed to reset yourself to track.
Oh, he's gone again.
Track, he has just gone out and reset in front of his teammate, which is just ruining his last flying lap.
Obviously, like I said earlier, the rule.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one, but in the rules we have said if Soprano Legend takes a clip of what's happened. Oh my God, Soprano's having.
Oh, big crash. Big crash, Soprano Legend.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Soprano Legend. I don't know if he realises his tyres have overheated, or he's just having complete lag issues. He's left the session twice. I've had to invite him. He's still going flat out for some reason.
Alright, let's I'm on with Scotsman, Gary. So, would you like to take this lap?
Yes.
Around for the rest of the lap. Scotsman just coming into turn up the hill.
Let's see how much throttle he takes through the blind turn 10, I think it is. Let's see how much he's up. He is 2 tenths up. If he can hold it, he will be up to P4 in front of Fish Sticks. Let's see if, but I think Scotsman could gain more time. He has got his teammate in front of him. Will his teammate give him a cheeky toe to the run to the line? He will get a lap in.
Lap time.
Goes P5. Lost a little bit of time in that final
18.3. Yeah, I think he hit the curbs a little bit too hard. Did you see his car bounce over them curbs?
Just gonna have
who else have we got? A nice flying lap.
Reese has just gone on his one and only lap.
A Mercedes coming around the last corner. Fish Sticks, who is 3 seconds down on his sector.
Scotsman's just
Scotsman ran again, turn 3. Another driver struggling. But the man on the move at the minute is Locker, purple sector 2 tenths up. So can he improve on his P8? The big gap of a second to first, so he has got a lot of time to catch up in this new part of the circuit. Here you want to try and take the tiniest bit of curb ever and try and miss that yellow curb wide as possible, and then as tight as you can.
Oh God!
Just let the car flow.
Holy Jesus Christ! Oh God!
Wow, where the hell did El Gore get that lap from? That is 4 tenths quicker than anyone else, Gary.
I reckon it's track evolution at the end of the session, as here comes Reese, really attacking the curbs. Literally bumps in over the curbs, but this could be a good time for Reese. Could go P8. That's 1 lap shot from him, and it's P8. Nearly out. Wasn't too bad of a lap time from him. Yeah.
So we are on board with the McLaren of Cruz. Just seen him go 3.5 tenths quicker than his lap at the present moment. So this is going to put him right up the grid. This is an important lap by him, as it is a sprint race. So it's coming around to the final corner. I want to try and go as wide as you can here to get the best line onto the back straight. P8, 4 tenths quicker. So it's a good end of a lap from Cruz.
Yeah, just like you said as well, qualifying, it's not as much of an importance in the sprint race weekend, because obviously wherever you finish in the sprint, you could have a really awful quali. But if you have a really good sprint, you're going to be straight back into the fold of the race. So I think we said earlier that every point does matter in these sprint races.
Yeah, so that is it for our first sprint race of the season in Catalonia, with a surprise pole position for Elgord of the Alpine. Get in there, boy. And then second, we obviously got Spenio on P2. So Diamond's got a bit of a race on his hands then in the sprint race, Gary.
Yeah, but I think Diamond might feel better about what's happened because he did get unsurmountably crashes into his own teammate. But I think Diamond probably did have the lap time to maybe get a little. Yeah, fine. If he drives like he did in Miami, being 32 seconds in front by the end of the race, in front of the second place man. That's how well David did last week.
Can you remember to take screenshots, Gary, please?
Of this short quali. Hopefully we won't need a R word, but I'll still do it.
So let's have a look. So strategy-wise, Gary, do you think everyone will start on the softs as it's such? How many laps is it for the sprint race?
It's a third of what the normal race. I think it's 32 laps round here. So you're looking about maybe 11 laps. So it's probably going to be a medium one. It's probably going to be no stops medium in the sprint. If I remember what I've done in practicing. Yeah, I think a lot of people were trying to run a little bit higher tyre pressures in quali and then turn them down.
Oh dear, full rain it looks like for our sprint race. So this is going to spice things up a little bit. I didn't expect this, Gary.
No, well, I did see it in the chat, but I didn't mention it because I didn't really want to spoil it.
It's pretty poor of information to not tell me, Gary. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a surprise to you.
So I believe it's intermediates. Is it? It looks like it's intermediate conditions. So we will not see any stops this race unless it actually dries up. Let us know, people, if you get a chance to. Let us know if it is going to dry up during the race.
We are going. Also, would like to mention that formation laps are back on for this week. Sorry.
Yeah.
As obviously with the practice yesterday, a lot of people did not struggle, but I do recommend to my tier 3s, please still warm up your tyres. Even though it doesn't shoot them straight back down, you do lose a little bit of heat. So if you get to about 85, it will still drop to about 79. Then it will go cold a little bit. So please still warm up your tyres.
Just make sure, you people, that you just give each other a little bit of room here, as it is raining. So you get enough time, enough space to warm them tyres up. Gary's looking a bit bright out there.
Yeah, apparently I'm not good as put in the chat saying that it will dry up.
Oh dear, so this can spice a lot of things up here. So Gary, if you do the bottom 10, I'll do the top 10.
Okay.
Go through the grid.
Yeah, in P17, not having the best time in qualifying is Soprano Legend in his Alpha Tauri. And then we have David Oldface, who spun at turn 10 and unfortunately his teammate collided into him in P16. The new driver and FPRL League debut MCD 8891 in that second Alpha Tauri. Date Freak in P14 in the Williams, flying solely the Williams flags with that team. Then we have McLaren of Force Manure in P13. I'm Not Good in the Alpine in P12. And in P11 we have the first of the Aston Martins of Willy Bum.
Yep, and P10 in the Aston Martin we have Locker. P9 we have Reese. P8 we have Cruz in the McLaren. P7 in the Red Bull is Mongo. P6 is the Scottish Highland of Scotsman. P5 we have Fishy Sticks. P4 we have Panic N. P3 we have the first of the Scarlet Ferrari of Diamond Douche. P2 we have Espino in the Alfa Romeo, and in P1 with a brilliant lap is El Gordon. think that's his first ever pole position, isn't it, Gary?
I'm not actually too sure. I think it might be, but yeah, I know. Obviously, he's a reserve for this season. I know he's really desperate for a drive, so he'll be happy just to be in the race.
Of course. So as the drivers come up to their grid slots this year, you can basically it's a self drive up to your box. So there's a red, green and purple box. Purple obviously means you get perfect, green is okay, and the red is bad. And you can also point the car in the direction you wish, as long as it's inside the box.
Yeah, but we've seen throughout the socials that people have been really aggressive with the way they place their cars.
This is a better camera angle, Formula 1.
Alright, when you get going, it should be alright.
5 lights, and off we go for the Catalonia Grand Prix. So Al Gore with a brilliant start.
Spaniards
past Al Gore. Scotsman, what's a start by Scotsman? Up into P2 from P5.
There's contact at the back as Reese has gone around, and I'm not good. Had a bit of issues at the start of this sprint.
So pretty clean start by everyone. A couple of drop places there by a few people, but a really good start there by Scotsman. Picked up 2 places and is under pressure by the championship leader, Diamond Douche, at the present moment. A lot of drivers, they're going to take a couple laps to get used to this racing. We haven't had many wet races this year, Gary.
Yeah, no, this is such a first one. As there's a problem at the back, as Davies and Willy Bum's come off worse. There's something, maybe been caught up in something. I didn't see it. It was got a little bit of damage.
The man on the mission is David Lawford. He's up into P10. What a start by him. That's six places he's got up in the matter of about 10 corners. A brilliant start by him.
How is I'm not good survive that? Just on the end of David's point of view, I'm not good. It's just gone veering violently to the left, heading to the wall, and he's come away with no damage.
At the present moment, El Gore comes around to finish the first lap with a 1.3 second gap, so he's already pulled that gap. Has he used a little bit more battery than everyone else? We will not know.
Here comes Diamond on Scotsman.
We have Diamond. Oh, nearly hitting the rear end of Scotsman. Scotsman just squeezing Diamond a little bit there. Here's Diamond going into the inside of Scotsman. Scotsman lost his rear end there, and he's passed up into P3 for the championship leader.
Yeah, what a move. Just kept it tight and just waited for Scotsman to make the mistake. Now he's going to be charging after Spenio, as Spenio is now dropping off the back of El Gore. El Gore's retaking the lead and is just bolted.
Yeah, 2.3 second gap, so there's a whole second he's gained in half a lap. You know, his track conditions and weather may suit him, because at the minute he is pulling a gap that he needs. So let's take a look at position change. Let's have a look at the winners and the losers. So our main winner at the minute is David, up 6 plots, and another person who has gone up is Cruz, Gary, your fellow McLaren, who's up into P5 with a 3-place positions.
I've just David's in the box. David has damage on his front end plate.
Carmen goes for the move on Espenio into turn 1, and he has got it start. So that is our championship leader up into P2, and his next job is to try and catch El Gore, who is 3.5 seconds up the road. Yeah, not too sure what happened to David there then, because he was out on his own. He had a 2-second gap in front of him, and he had a 1.5 second gap behind him, so he must have got that damage at the beginning, Gary.
I think he's got it with that Willy Bum incident, because everyone was caught up in it. Maybe he made contact with somebody. Now he's still got a gap to unfortunate MC, who's not having the best first race from himself.
Should David have pitted if he had that gap?
Well, when he came in, Reese and Force Manure were right up behind him, so that 1.5 second gap he said he had was just completely gone at that point.
Yeah, we've had a problem with your teammate Gary at some point. He's just dropped down to P8.
No.
I missed that while we were speaking, so he must have had a spin or an on-off, so he has lost 3 places in the space of 1 lap.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier on before the race. I told him just to take it easy in the sprint, because the sprint is not where you get the big points. Try and gain as many positions you can in the sprint and just focus, put everything you've got, all your pace into that feature.
Just switched on to FBI Locker in P6. He just done a brilliant move on panic ends in the inside of turn 1. Lovely clean move, and he's on the move, up 4 places from the beginning.
Just watching Diamond's time to El Gord, it was 3.5 once he overtook the Spaniard. It's now 2.8.
Yep, so he has creeped up for 6 tenths, 7 tenths, so he is catching El Gord, but as he's going to have enough laps, we're already nearly halfway distance, so he's going to need to get the move on. But the closest spot on the grid is here, from P4 Scotsman all the way down to P9.
Looks like there is a bit of a Scotsman train going on.
Yeah, the problem with Catalunya, there is not many passing spots. You have the main straight, and that's it really, isn't it? Apart from that little DRS sector around the back end of the circuit. But you have got to be quite close to that person to even think about making a move.
Yeah. And it makes it even worse when we're in the wet, just because there is no DRS to help anybody.
Right, there isn't. And to me, it's still looking a bit wet out there, so I'm not too sure there's going to be enough time to for it to dry up and then eventually go on to dries. Still looking really wet, so I think we will be sticking with the intermediate tyres throughout the whole of this 11 lap race.
Mongo's looking for a move round the outside.
Very risky with the driver.
Here
and
comes
he's now
Locker.
allowed a Locker. Locker's got to do here. He's got to keep it there because he's gone wide. Little touch of the rear wheel. He's going to go for the brave, moving the inside. What a move by Locker. Not a place where you would normally pass, but he had the traction coming up the top of the hill and he made the move stick.
Yeah, Locker will be fist pumping in the air with that one. After not having any time for any practice, he'll be happy. It's actually getting blocked now. I think we may see if anybody risks. We might see. I think the rain's actually stopped. No, the rain's still coming down, but it is getting dry because the lap times are coming down.
Just watching Scotsman here, it doesn't look comfortable in his car with his setup in these rainy conditions. He has not been able to shake off the group of cars behind him.
He might be running a little bit more of aggressive drives. Locker looks for moving to turn 1, but thinks better of it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get out the the spray. You know what turn 1 in Spain's like. It's a late braking point, so you need to try and see it and gauge it quite well.
Yeah, as Locker sets a purple first sector, so the track is starting to dry, and it looks like Locker is the man on the move.
Yeah, this is, like I said earlier, this is the closest battle on the circuit from P5 now, well, P4, still all the way to P10. Let's go back up to the top. We've still got El Gord and the Aston Martin, not Aston Martin, the Alpine. Still got a lot of battery there, so if he does have to defend, he has got enough to defend himself. But again, you've got Diamond, who is in P2, and he has not made any inroads on that time, Gary. So it does at the minute, unless there's any mistakes, El Gord has got this in the bag.
Yeah, I think Diamond's probably just accepted that he might not catch up El Gord, and is probably just going to set himself up for the feature, or just the race. It's not even called feature, it's just called the race. We'll have that 50% race distance. Yeah, Rocco's now making a move around the outside of turn 1. Scotsman forces him a bit wide.
Touched his rear tyre. He had to slow down there, otherwise he was going to connect with Scotsman's rear tyre, which has allowed Mongo to come right on the back of his dirt box. Listen to that wheel spin coming out that corner.
Yeah, it's awful. We've got up the inside of Fish Sticks. Fish Sticks is going to look to come back at Reese.
Yeah, so Fish Sticks has actually caught up a 2-second gap here. A couple of laps ago he was over 2 seconds. So he has now brought himself into contention. Any of these drivers can now finish 4th place. But these drivers will have to get a move on. We have only 4 laps left.
Rocco's going to start to get...
talking about that, we had Mr. Lolface past Soprano Legend down that back down the main straight. So good old David's on the move after his pit stop collision. Usually had to pit for a fresh nose and fresh set of intermediate tyres. So he's on the move now. P15 for David.
Let's see what Rocco can do now. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a feeling.
Move here. We got Reese on cruise. He's using a lot of his battery to get this move done. Coming on the inside. Oh no, Cruz is using a bit of battery to defend himself. No, he didn't get round in the end. So good defending there by Cruz. Used a bit of his battery to defend.
Oh, he's been tapped.
Really under pressure. He's been really under pressure here by Reese. Reese goes on the inside of turn 3, and he has got the move done after a little love tap to Cruz. That is not going to please him a little bit, Gary.
No, it nearly spun, as like you said, this is now up to P8. It's the last points position of the sprint race. So, Cruz will want that 1 point, even though it's a single point, as Locker's now literally pushing Scotsman along.
Yeah, I think it's going to get to a point where Locker's just going to have to trust himself and go for the old dive down either this corner here or down into first corner. But it looks like Scotsman has got good top end speed, and I think this is the problem why people have not been able to pass him. Look how much Locker catches him up in the corners, and he struggles to get anywhere near him down the straight.
Well, Scotsman loses the rear a little bit, but Scotsman's got more battery. Walker's got no battery to attack.
No, so he is helping Scotsman at the minute. More Reese. No, we've got Reese on the back of Panic End. So Reese did get past in the end and has dropped Cruz a little bit here. So the man on the mission at the minute is Reese. He's just going on the inside of Panic End, same as what he did to Cruz last time round. He's using a little bit of battery. He's decided not to go for the move. Oh, sector 3, yellow flag. We have a DNF, and it's in the pits of days.
Yeah, he was too far back. He's called it a day. Cruz, Reese has got to be careful because all the Day Street's car has come out onto the track.
Yeah, that was close. Soprano Legend nearly hit it, MCD nearly hit him. So, guys, 3 laps left of this, or 2.5 laps left of our first sprint race. We have El Gord pulling away at the minute, all the way up in P1. He's pulling away from the championship leader. He's now nearly 4 seconds, so he's actually pulled more of a gap in the last couple of laps. Spenny's a further 5 seconds behind, so he's comfortably in P3. So it's a good day for him so far. And Scotsman had a brilliant.
Reese has just thrown one up the inside of Panic End, and now Panic End's under attack, and Panic End has just slammed the door, even though Cruiser was up its inside. Cruz will
And
be
here comes
pissed.
Fish Sticks round the outside of Cruz. He's gone right round the outside. He's going to have to cut back. Is he going to go for a late dive into this corner here? And he has done. And they've kept it clean. Round the outside goes Cruz. Good defending there by him. A little bit more battery. Cruz has got battery to defend. So P9 for Cruz so far.
Yeah.
Again, it was a bit naughty there by who was it? Panic End?
Yeah, Panic End left the gap and then just turned in, even though Cruz was alongside him.
Oh, we've had Locker finally get past Scotsman, Gary. Scotsman
when did that
must have done. I was going to say Scotsman must have had it off because Locker's already pulled a 9/10 gap on him. He must have made a mistake somewhere. And look at that, El Gord with a 128 flat on lap 11 on old intermediates has just set the fast lap of the race. He has comfortably been the faster driver today in these wet conditions. Will he continue that into the dry?
I think he's trying to do his application for a full-time seat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
The closest battle on track at the minute is pretty spread out actually. This Grand Prix so far, but it's literally Mongo and Scotsman and Reese for the final lap positions at 5, 6 and 7.
And Mongo's in a bit of a hash sandwich.
So Mongo goes on the inside. Is he going to go for a late dive into this corner? He does not. He's going to try a switcheroo. Scotsman has gone wide, but he's got the traction, he's got the airs. Going up the top of the hill, this must be horrible in the rain, and Mongo needs to be a little bit closer than this, just so he has any chance of getting that P5 off of him. And I don't think it's close enough, but you have Reese. Is Reese going to go for it? He does not. He has got a chance here if he has better traction coming out that last corner.
Don't forget El Gord, he's about to cross the line.
Yeah, so El Gord in the the Alpine comes across the line and wins the first sprint race of our season 4 tier 3 with P2 of Diamond. Here comes the Alfa Romeo of Espino in P3, Locker in P4, and Scott made it to P5, Mongo P6, Reese P7, Panic N P8, Cruz P9, and Fish 6 P10.
A long way back, it's now Force Manure. Force Manure will be happy with a P11. That gives them a great chance to aim for some points in the main race. I'm not good, never just got going. And instant on the first lap, Willy Bum, same. David Oldface is up to P14. Magically, it's mysteriously got that damage, had the box. The Prano had the lots of spins, and his teammate Fortnite MCD, just fair play to him for continuing to keep going.
Yeah, needs a bit of that track action. Obviously he's new, it's his first race with us. He played a social last night, so he just needs to get used to, you know, our league, the drivers to drive with, so it will take him a little bit of time. He's happy, he's finished the race, he's weaving across the line, he's happy with his P16. I was actually keeping an eye. The person that I saw was quite fast going was David. You know, I was watching him. He was about 12 seconds behind when he made that move on Soprano Legend, and then in 6 laps he ended up being only 6 seconds behind. So he has got some pace in that Ferrari.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't too bad. He was doing well at the start with all the position gains, but then suddenly he just got that damage, and that's what really ruined him. He needed a safety car to bring himself back in, but
it would be nice if Davey can let us know how he managed to get wing damage, and then we can tell everyone who's watching the stream, because we all missed it, and he was a bit shocked that he come into the pits. But yeah, that was an interesting first sprint race of the season, Gary. To be honest, not much action after lap 2. It pretty much spread out, and the from P4 to P8 they were battling all the way to the last lap.
yeah, no, it was. I think El Gore did what he needed to do, but yeah, the main bulk of the action was from Scotsman, Locker, and all those drivers fighting for P4 to P9 kept our interests involved. Let's see what it's going to be like for the next race now, for the main one. Hopefully the person who readied up early will not ready up early again. I know who it was.
Please, drivers, can we wait till the host has readied up? This allows drivers to have a comfort break, a drink, a toilet, whatever they need to do. This also gives time for drivers to change any of their setup if they wish, and set the fuel and tyre strategies. So please do not ready up before the host, otherwise you will be getting a penalty your way.
Oh look, I've just seen how David got that damage. David said there was a half-spun Aston turn 5 and he couldn't avoid it. Maybe it was that Willy Bum. It was Willy Bum in the end.
There we go, it was Willy Bum. That's a shame, but pretty good strong showing by David there. Looking a bit grey again. People can just let us know what the weather's meant to be like for this race. That would be great.
So
what are you thinking, Gary, for the race? Do you think a Diamond will be a little bit more dominant this time round? Now it's dry. Like I said, we haven't had much rain showing this year. I don't even think we've had any rain this year, apart from a little bit in quali. So it was all quite new to people. So do you think it will be back to normal for the dry?
I think will do quite well in the dry conditions, because it looks like he may have focused his setup for the dry. I haven't checked anyone's tyres to see if there's anything on a weird strategy. So everyone's on mediums except Cruiser on the hards, Fish Sticks hards. I'm not good as hard. David Allface is going wrong on hards, and Days Freak on hards. Everyone else is on mediums. I don't think we'll see anybody on softs unless there's a late safety car.
No, so the hard strategy obviously will work if early safety car will help the hard strategy people, and obviously if there's no safety car, then it's just it's even. So no one's gambled to go on the soft tyre, because it will just last. It will just be chewed through after about 4 laps. So Gary, if you can go through our bottom 7, which was the qualification from the sprint race, not the short quali, please.
Yeah. So in P17 we have Days Freak. Unfortunately, had to retire from the session. Just called it a day. Then we have the first of the Alpines of MCD. Had a fairly good showing in his first race. Needs a little bit more on track action. Then his teammate Soprano Legend, who is having a little bit of issues everywhere today. In P15, in P14, David Oldface has had a awkward weekend race weekend this week. Crash with his teammate. He's in P14. P13 is Willy Bum. P12 is I'm Not Good. P11 is Force Manure. P10 is Fish.
And then we've got P9 is the McLaren Cruise. P8 is Panic End. P7 is the New Boy, Reese. P6 is Mongo. P5 is FPRL Scotsman. P4 in the Aston Martin, who made up a few positions on the sprint race, is Locker. Third is Spenio. 2 is Diamond Douchey, and first, after getting pole and winning the sprint, is El Gore of the Alpine.
Who's on he's disqualified himself from the. That's going to help.
So that is not going to help his start at all.
El Gore is aiming for the.
Oh, we had a few here. Soprano Legend, Willy Bum and Force Manure have all disqualified. So that means they'll start further back on their grid spot. So here we go, 3, 4, 5, and lights out for the Catalunya Grand Prix. I can't really see the front. What's happening? Brilliant start by El Gore with Diamond behind him. Diamond's actually had quite a slow start. And Scotsman up into P3. And what a move by Locker. Locker's up to P4, squeezes Espenio near enough off the circuit. Brilliant first corner by everyone really. No one spun. A couple of people got pushed off.
Oh, there's a marker board going flying from I'm Not Good.
It was a brilliant start there by El Gord to hold his first position. He's already pulled out a little bit of a gap already, a whole second in the matter of corners. So Diamond needs to keep pressure on him so he can stay within the DRS section.
Yeah, Scotsman's start was incredible. Scotsman went round the outside of Locker, Espenio, and even had a go at Diamond, but was unfortunately pushed a little bit wide, which cost Diamond that time to El Gord. He needs to get back in DRS before DRS is activated. Or this could go the same way as the sprint.
Yep, so we are watching Reese. Oh, we've had a spin. We have had Prano Legend again, Gary, spinning. He's had a treacherous weekend so far. Loads of spins in qualifying, just spun in the race. Not a very good weekend for the AlphaTauri guy.
Fish sticks is in.
The fish sticks must have picked up damage. Let's see if he changes his wing or what's the strategy call. No, he's changed tyres.
Oh,
that's a bit of a weird one.
I'm hoping this isn't a problem that I had last week in Miami.
It doesn't look like his wing's damaged. Looks like everything's there. Unless we can't see it, but everything is there on his wing.
Yep.
Maybe he's decided to go early because he was at the back. And the fact that now he can do any strategy he likes really. He's done both the tyres.
And you see the McLaren.
Both the McLaren guys fighting for P10 at the moment with Cruz not having such a good restart.
Oh,
down
word.
By 2 spaces.
CD has just blown up turn 10 and gone onto the gravel and kept his foot in it. I have no idea how he managed to stay on the track without spinning. Yeah, like you said about the McLarens, Cruz just needs to work with his teammate. Maybe just allow Force Munoz to drag him along, being on the faster compounded tyres. Because I know Force has got the worst point scoring record at the moment, but at the moment he is in point scoring positions. You are not seeing things.
Yeah, so he's doing well in the McLaren at the moment. He's pulled a little bit.
Oh, spin! El Gord spun!
Oh no! What a knob!
He's waiting for people to go.
Tetra's turn 3, so he's going to be going right to the back of the grid.
Oh
dear! So that is gifted. Oh.
Fishsticks is back in again.
Who I think is going to be laughing in his helmet. And it was a front wing change, so he must have come in and he didn't do it the first time round. And we've had El Gord round again. No.
Tyres overheat. It's hard to cool him down.
Couple laps for him. So what's going to help him will be a safety car later on in the race if one comes. But he's going to have to take it easy for the next couple of laps because his tyres are. His tyres are going to be rubbish.
Yeah, I've just seen the chat. Aiden Brooks or Brookie Min. Oh mate, how you doing? Yeah, Diamonds. Now Scotsman would be happy with that, up to P2.
Hey, MC just went for a spin. He's near enough in the pit lane, and it's lucky he was in front of Mr. David Sir Loleface, and it spun right in front of him. So there's a bit of a bum squeaky moment there for David Loleface, but that puts him up into P11. So he's on the move. We've had another spin. Scotsman's gone round. Turn 3, Gary. Oh, no!
Panic end!
Panic end is in. Oh, no! Force Munoz off. It's all happening.
No, Force Munoz.
Help me, Gary. I can't keep up.
No,
Force Munoz off. Who's gone on?
Panic ends out.
Off. Panic ends out. Force Munoz gone off. Scotsman's gone off. It's all happening turn 3.
El Gord's gone off. That's the point.
God, this is not boding well for the rest of the tiers. At least we know what corner to watch out for. So I'm guessing that is that no safety car.
No. Oh, so you got to be
strange.
Fishsticks has got to be careful because if he doesn't get his move on, it's going to be lapped.
Yeah, and so Force Munoz is missing a little bit of his front wing, so he will be coming in. After all that, so that has put up Cruz up into P8. David is now up into the points position.
Mongo! Spenio's lost loads of positions. Just dropped 2 to Reese and Mongo. Reese is now gunning for a podium.
He must have spun round. Oh, we've got another spinner. We have Dave's Freak's gone round into the wall. So what I reckon he's done there, he's touched the sausage curve on the left-hand side, which flung him right. It happened to me yesterday. I was fighting Brookie Bin, and lucky enough he stopped me from doing that. Otherwise, it would have DNF.
Oh no! Oh, Willie Bumps dropped it. Turn 3.
No.
They're all dropping it like flies.
Number 1. Willie Bum, he was up into a brilliant 7th place, and they're all dropping it at the moment.
It's all gone from El Gord. El Gord's caused them all.
This is exciting, isn't it? And Scotsman's picked up the first penalty of the race. I expect that's probably 4.
Oh yeah, he got 5 seconds for panic hitting.
Penalty for hitting panic end. There's not much really he could have done there anyway. It was a race incident. You know, he was backwards. But like you said earlier, Gary, the man on the move is Reese. 2 tenths behind Mongo. And
yeah,
if he's battery right and opens the DRS, he is going to be right there with him.
He's also got, as another spinner of Weird Bum is spun in sector 3.
Another got Armour Good's gone. El Gord's gone again.
Soprano, there's I'm not good again, just in front of the pit lane. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, Reese didn't get past Mongo that time, so Mongo has used near enough.
El Gord's gone again.
Oh.
Naughty.
We have double yellows now.
I just caught El Gore resetting the track. He was spinning half spun. I watched him do it.
Well, screenshot it, Gary, please, and then we will send it into the stewards. You very naughty boy, El Gord. That's not going to make your life any easier if you want a full-time drive, my son.
Here comes.
Let's go up to P1. We have Diamond, who's just about to lap Dave's Freak already after P6, after lap 6. Yeah, at the minute he's constantly got a 3.5 second gap, so Locker's going to need to try and pull something out here, maybe pit early to see if we can get the jump, or step up a little bit more, because at the minute Diamond is going to be running away with this Grand Prix once again.
Yeah. Mongo is looking. Well, the top 3 have. Top 2, well, behind Diamond, have no battery. Reese had 37%. Spenio has 30%. Scotsman has 50% battery. And Cruz is going to be chasing down his fellow countryman. Scotsman is going to be kicking himself with that spin.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be kicking themselves from turn 3. It's not been very pretty to any of these drivers tonight. A lot of spins there in qualifying, and obviously we've had probably about 6 or 7 drives now spin there, so it's not been very, very good session. I was surprised it was not a safety car.
Dave's Freak and El Gore, they're going to have to stop this battle because, oh my god, what's going on behind? The Rock is just it's got 2 back
I'm getting confused what I'm looking at in a minute because they're lapping everyone, so I'm getting confused who's in front of who.
Days has got out of the way quite well. Days has stopped to let people through.
Oh, yeah. So this has closed up there. Okay, again we have Reese right on the back of Mongo, but what's helping Mongo is the fact that he's so close. Oh, force manure's spun and hit the wall.
Oh, for God's sake.
Turn 3. So this is a full safety car. So force manure did not learn from his first mistake. And this time round he has whacked the wall. Let's follow all around with El Gord and see if we can see where
there he is, he's in the middle of the track.
Oh dear, so he's had a right shite there. So what is this going to do strategy wise, Gary? Does this mean that everyone's going to pit?
Well, Cruiser was in the perfect position to box in, so he's going to gain a lot of time. Well, he's going.
Hasn't he gone gone for another set of mediums. It's gone medium.
I don't think he thinks that Hart can go that far.
That means he's going to go medium, soft, I believe, if he can get them to go that far. We've had Mr. Lowface on the hards make his way up to a brilliant 7th place from where he started, so brilliant from him. I'm not going to say much because I want him to have a good result.
He had a good result last week. You didn't say anything to him.
So he's on the hard tyres. So let's see. And yeah, very good from David. He was the highest gentleman on the hard tyres, so he's in prime position at the moment.
Diamond's in. We'll see Walker in. There he is. Mongo's in, Reese is in. And then Scotsman's going to come in and serve that 5 seconds. David Oldface is going to take the lead of the race.
Oh, David. Well, he's in prime position, isn't he? He's on
what's he doing?
So
what is he doing? Oh, David, you naughty, naughty man. I saw that, David. David slowed down. I don't know if it was because of the Delta, but he's let his teammate Diamond through, and David's now P2. It's going to become a rear gunner again.
No, that is called good teamwork, Gary. You know, he's further up the championship than David. Yeah, David could have taken first place off Diamond, but what would that have done? Obviously, David thinks that Diamond's a lot faster than him, so you might as well slow down and make sure your teammates in front so he's not getting held up. But again, Ferrari, first and second. Yeah, good sportsmanship there by Mr. Sir David Lowface of Luton.
Walker's not going to be happy again. Walker had to fight so hard last week to try and to get past the locker.
I apologise for that. I was pinching a loaf.
Lovely. Yeah, Walker's going to be fuming to try and get past David again. I've noticed that Cruiser has got past Scotsman due to Scotsman taking that 5 seconds. The Cruiser.
Right, I'm back. Right, yep, so we have a good group of people on the hard tyres now. Quite a good position though, Gary. He's your team out Cruz. First set of mediums. He's obviously gone for a different strategy. He has gone for a 2-stopper, whereas it looks like everyone else is probably going for a 1.
Oh well.
Gord has got a penalty on under the safety car.
I don't know if you noticed, but Dace is out.
Who?
Put in the chat, I tried to check my race track and it unpaused and I went into the wall. Yeah, mate, let you know, pressing the race directory in this game, you have to do it twice. It unpause it. Dazed Freak in P15. He's.
Yeah, but he retired in the pits.
Yeah, no, he was coming into the pits and he paused and he crashed into the wall.
Oh dear. Well, learn your lesson. Don't pause the game while you're playing racing.
Don't go to the race directory unless you want to click it twice.
Right, let's have a look at positions gained after the first round of pit stops, Gary. So, who are the winners and losers here for you?
Big winner is David. Up P2, he can be a rear gunner. Cruiser's gained a little bit. Obviously, pitting a little bit earlier than people in front. I think Reese will be a bit annoyed that he's now got to get past the Ferrari. I don't think anyone's really won from this stop. Maybe El Gord and Fish Sticks are now back in this race. I'm not too sure they on the lead lap. I think they might be.
Yeah, I think they all are. Now, they would be now, I believe. You know, we've got again. You've got, like I was saying, you've got David in P2. Like you were saying, he's going to be a lovely rear gunner for Diamond now. How long is he going to be able to hold Locker back? Who knows? but we know that David's going to be under quite a lot of pressure at the beginning due to the fact that he is on hard, used tyres. Thing that would help him now, it would be a safety car in a couple laps time, probably five, 6 lap time for him, and that'll do him perfectly. And then that will mean that he's got 3 pits up there. And oh no, I'm not good at his crash into Willy Bum. Not too sure how he's done that, but I am not good is missing a front wing end plate. Not good, boys. As soon as you're underneath a safety car conditions, you should not be anywhere near each other. No, that's ruined your race.
I was expecting a safety car a lot earlier, but
yeah. So let's talk about actual. Oh, I'm not good. Has crashed out and DNF'd out of this race underneath the safety car conditions. That is not good. I'll call that on stream.
Well, I guess he's living up to his namesake.
Yeah. So quickly, Gary, let's just quickly speak about the real F1 news at the moment. So today, the main news was that Daniel Ricciardo is decided to mutually agreed to leave McLaren at the end of the season. What do you think about that one?
I'm very happy about that. I like Ricciardo as a person and driver, but other than that one race at Monza where he got the win, Lando is just half a second faster in qualities compared to him. So if McLaren want to fight for the constructors again, they need a driver that actually suits cars, and I think Piastri is the guy to do it.
Yeah, of course. And Diamond has already gone. It's left David in limbo here, and I expect Locker to use some of his battery, which is going to. He's getting a nice slipstream of David Loweface. Is he going to go for the move down the inside into turn 1? No, he's going to try around the outside. David defends really well. Oh yes, there's a little twitch coming into turn 1, which has put him offline. Locker's gone into the inside of David. Oh, they didn't touch. Be careful, boys. Oh, Mongo didn't hit.
Mongo. Don't you hit my David. Oh, David's...
Oh, no. David just nearly collected Locker's rear end. And Mongo's been very, very aggressive here at the present moment.
Reese has just hit the back of Mongo.
Spot for Reese. This is going to get nasty.
David's doing a wonderful job holding everyone up.
He has, yes, and your man is on the move, Gary, in the McLaren up into P7 on them fresh mediums. He's going to have to get these moves done as quickly as he can to make the strategy work.
Let's get a move on.
But look at that, Don's already pulled out a 1.7 second gap on Locker.
And that's all because of David. The fences in turn 2 and 3.
It also shows a little bit of dominance in this league at the present moment, what he has. But it's looking like David's opened up a little bit of a gap here to Mongo, which is going to please him. And Mongo's under increased pressure from Reese here, and a lot of people are using their batteries. So this is going to help the people out in front who don't need to use their batteries.
Keeping on El Gore. El Gore with 7-lap-old softs. Those tyres are going to be screaming as the sun starts to come out.
Yeah, he's on the soft tyres. I'm surprised he didn't pit again for a new set of mediums. He might be waiting for another safety car, which will play into his hands, but he's up into P10 after a treacherous couple of laps where he just couldn't stop spinning. And again, I'm not too sure what happened to fish sticks, Gary. So it was the pit stop that bugged him, wasn't it? They didn't change his front wing. Is that correct?
It must have been, because he came back in, put on another set of mediums, has boxed again in the race and put on another set of mediums, the mediums that he had at the start of the race. So it's not a fish this, but I think he won't mind, because he is going to be, he's on the lead lap.
So fastest lap so far is Diamond Ducci on the hard tyres. Any moves out there, Gary? You can see. Obviously, Al Gore's still fastest on the legend here with the old soft tyres.
Yeah. Reese just hasn't got the top end speed to get past Mongo, and the same as Mongo. Mongo can't get past David's high top speed. As the sun has really come out now.
Yeah, it's shining bright onto the circuit. Yeah, again, going through the setup, it's a difficult one because they catch up during the corners. But again, they've got a better straight line speed. So it's one of them. You know, are you going to share your secrets, Gary? What type of setup are you going to go for this week? Are you looking for more of a low downforce setup for yourself, or are you going to go for more high downforce?
Well, I know my fastest time was David's made a mistake. Mongo's going to put one up the inside. No, and Reese is hit the back of him again. David is really starting to struggle on those hards now. I'll get back to my stat. As Mongo now gets past David, Reese is going to make it.
Both of them have got DRS on David. This might play into David's hands actually, these two fighting. Oh, David had to go wide there because he saw Spenio in the Alfa Romeo try go down the inside. Watch that curve there, David. Obviously don't like that corner due to...
Here comes Cruz. Around the outside.
Cruz around the outside. Is he going to make it stick with them fresh medium tyres? Well, not so fresh now. But he needs to start making these moves if he's going to make this strategy work, Gary.
I think Spenio's just hit the back of David and got wing damage. No, it's all good.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Larface is starting to struggle with his tyres, but he's still in a comfortable P5, still in the points, so he's going to keep going.
Here comes Cruz. It's gone up the inside. The last time he went up the inside of a... Oh no, Cruz! Oh, he's hit that inside curve and lost it. He's lost a bit of his wing, but he's still in the race. EA Sports still haven't sorted out that curve.
Always
a good catch.
So he's still in his race, P13, but that is his strategy and race.
Here comes Reese again.
We have someone beside. Oh, Spawner Legend has spun on the straight. How is he managed to do
I think
that?
it was on the exit onto the straight, and he's just slowed down to let everyone back through. As Reese has finally got past Mongo.
Yeah, and we've had Fishsticks finally get past El Gord, who is on them old softs. That El Gord will be screaming for a safety car in a minute. And El Gord goes for the dive on Fishsticks.
The partner spun at turn 3.
It work. What a move back for El Gord. So he managed to get past, Fishsticks managed to get past El Gord. And then El Gord managed to get him back because he's got such a good straight line speed. We have Soprano Legend round again.
Well, just to know it's Soprano. His tyres have gone overheated.
This Grand Prix is just obviously not for one of him. It's been one of them for him, unfortunately. Might be a track that he don't like, or he seemed that is what he set up wrong. Right, let's go back to the front of the grid. I think the closest battle at the minute is Scotsman and Willy Bum.
He's down in the box for these next set of tyres. Oh, sorry, Soprano's gone again. El Gord's in the box and he's sped into the pits. Oh, that's not good, they're not going to serve it. Who is in a bit of action? Scotsman has also got past David Oldface. I don't know where...
we got David on them tyres, which are old now, which are 16 laps old, so they are getting to the point where he will need to pit, and he'll be also now screaming for a safety car, which will definitely help him And he goes, but he's still comfortably in points, Gary. So from where he started, he's doing very, very well.
It's going to be a retire from Soprano. Yep, Soprano Legend has retired from the session.
We have had Cruz round at turn 3 also, Gary. So he's just pitted for brand new tyres, and he's spun on them already. So not.
He's got on another set of mediums for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, hang a minute. Cruz started on the hards.
Oh, did he? I thought he was on the mediums, huh?
No, he started on the hards. He's one of the drivers to be on the hards, so he can, in theory, go to the end of the race. He doesn't need to box again. And as we've got, oh my! Well, Mongo's nearly just crashed into the back of Soprano Legend's dead car, and it's just blocked. Espino and Scotsman. And it's on the racing line in front of David and Fish Sticks.
So that buggered that up a little bit, didn't it? But the closest battle in the minute, we've got Mongo and Reese. Reese, what a brilliant Grand Prix he's having so far. Probably my driver of the day at the moment. He's made his way so far up by 3 places. He's had a brilliant qualifying, brilliant sprint, and now he's up in P4 fighting through podium position, Gary.
Yeah, I don't think he probably would have thought that he'd be up this close fighting for the podiums after his performance last week. It wasn't the best from Reese. I know Reese last week had some issues at turn 6 and the tyre pressures, but seems like he's got them under handle this week. Rocco is looking good for another P2. Yeah,
and I think at the minute you are going to see Reese pass Mongo. This is his best position so far he's been at this race. DRS wide open. But no, he just hasn't got that straight line speed. So there we go. We know that
David's in.
Mongo. Yep, so Mr. Lowerface has come into the pits, and we've had Willie run round at the last corner. Oh dear. He's obviously hit the far left-hand corner sausage curb. Still in P11 and ready to chase down El Gore, who's just hit the first lap of the race.
Yeah, Cruz is just going to have to hope that he can maybe gain up the positions. David's still in P10, so he's still in the points, but he's going to have weary bum on old fading tyres. David just needs to focus of getting those tyres up to temperatures and like you said, go on the back of El Gord.
Yeah, well, this as David's played this really, really well. Sector 1, we also have Cruz round again, and he's lost his front wing. Yeah, not much I can say apart from he's having a really, really good race. These little couple of spins, Gary, it's obviously got to his head a little bit.
Yeah, I know today he was a bit worried about this track as he was struggling in practice. I was with him in a party listening to him do his time trials, and he was struggling around turn 3. It's not his, he said it was one of the corners that he probably thinks that he would probably spin a lot in the race, and it's not been wrong.
No. Back to the front, we have Diamond Douche keeping Locker at bay by 3.3 seconds. He has got loads of versions.
MC has dropped it. Sector 1.
Oh no.
Safety car.
Full safety car. So this, David Lowerface will be rubbing his hands for this. Just pitted on the brand new set of mediums. So this is going to spice things up for the last 13 laps, Gary. So will you see some of these drivers pick for soft tyres?
No, it's
yes
too,
or no?
No, it's too much for softs. I think we saw El Gould do 10. I think David's just glad he's going to be able to get onto the back of people, as El Gould was 18 seconds off the back of Fish Sticks. But yeah, we're going to see anyone boxing? Locker's in the box.
Yeah, so
Mongo's in the box. Reese has stayed out. Benio has stayed out. Scotsman's in the box.
Yep, so we have had people coming for brand new set of mediums. So Has Diamond missed an opportunity here, Gary?
It depends really. If those drivers can get those means up front, yeah.
Well,
like
we've got 12. Well, we've got 12 laps, so you're looking at about probably 10 laps of the race left. And these tyres that he's on are already on 12 laps, so they're going to be 22 laps old.
I think
24 laps old.
El Gord's gone a set of softs, but he's got to take his 5-second pits. David's up to P7.
He yeah, so it's going to be 22 second. It's going to be 24 laps old tyres at the end of the race, so he will suffer. This is going to spice things up again, Gary.
Yeah, it's also going to help Cruiser. If I was Cruise...
Can you take over from me, Gary, while I go and get a glass of water?
Yes, I can. Yeah, this is it's really going to help Cruiser now. That's chucked his mic across the room. Yeah, Cruiser going to be able to catch up at the back of the field. He's going to have to... Why he hasn't boxed in for some fresher tyres? I don't think he's got any mediums left. The amount of times he's come into the pits. Yeah, I don't know. Diamond, Reese and Spenio, I think they've gone from more track positioned and tyres more than anything else. I would have come in and gone to the mediums like everyone else. Now they're going to be at a massive disadvantage. Diamond's going to have to pull out qualifying laps on those hards every lap. David's tyres will already have been warmed up for a little bit. I'm surprised no one's put any things in for drinks. I've got alcohol here. Come on, boys, let me drink. Fish Sticks has managed to make his way back into he's leaving the gap. I don't know why he's doing that. Doesn't want to be penalised for that. Come on, clearly.
What have I missed?
Other than driving around under the safety car.
Nothing much then, no?
No, nothing.
So, anyone that's impressed you so far, Gary, this race?
Reese.
I've got two people that have impressed me with their speed today. I've got Reese and David Lowface again, has impressed me today. Starting at the back, made his way up to P7. Brilliant strategy call, starting the hards. Stayed out of the first safety car. So far they're my two top drivers at the minute.
Thank you, Henkers, for the drink, and Henkers also wants you to drink as well, Abs.
Yeah, I just had a glass of water.
You worse. It's the alcohol.
I don't drink, Gary, you know that. It makes me horny, so I stopped it.
Oh.
I'm joking. No, I only drink on special occasions, so I think.
Yeah, when are we going out drinking again?
Get you some touchy.
No, we'll leave that on. I'm surprised Cruz hasn't come in.
Yeah, I was quite surprised about that too, but he may not have any tyres left because he's coming twice, hasn't he, now already? Correct. So he's obviously used up all his mediums, didn't he?
Well, how many poundage is
he can take a gamble on his soft tyres if he wants to, but he obviously knows that they're not going to last 10 laps.
Well, Cruz has got a thing. Cruz could get a point if El Gore gets any more penalties. I wonder how many warnings he has got.
Yeah.
On penalty.
And I'm telling you this, I think Reese is going to be putting a lot of pressure here on Diamond. He's made his way slowly up the grid. He's made his way up to P2. Yes, it's because people have pitted, but he was making the moves when it was needed, and he had the cojones going into turn 1 and turn 3 when he did them two beautiful passes on David and Panic.
Yeah.
So guys, these people who pitted for Preston are Locker, Mongo and Scotsman are going to put Diamond, Reese and Espenio under pressure in his last 10 laps. 14 lap hard tyres against 2 lap old medium tyres. So work out the maths. The people on the medium tyres are going to be a lot faster than the people on the 12 lap old hard. So this is going to go right down to the wire here.
See, we've seen enough Diamond douchey Diamond restarts, so let's see what Reese can do. Will Reese do a Max Verstappen?
Yeah, and he's already gone.
He's not gone.
He has now.
No, now he's going.
He has now. Left it right at the last minute, and he's caught Reese out a little bit. You've got to spend your right on his bum hole. Diamond is going to be under pressure here from Reese. He's using a lot of his battery. And you've got. He's decided to stay out of it for the meanwhile. And you got these boys on fresh mediums. You got Locker.
Oh, Fisher's gone around, and he's collided with El Gord. Cruz has somehow managed to escape it. El Gord has no front wings, and
you have Locker. Locker's made the move on Espenio. Fresh tyres. This is going to go right around the outside. What a move by Locker. He's going to come up the top of the hill, side by side. Yes, and he has. He's made it stick. Well done. Up into P3 for Locker. Now he has got to chase down Reese and Diamond. And you've got Mongo again, also on the back of Espenio. Then the hard tyres are suffering bad on that Alfa Romeo. Is Mongo going to go right around the outside here of this new part of the circuit? No, but he cuts back in. He'll have a lot better grip. No, he hasn't made it stick either. Oh, Gary, this is getting exciting. You've got Locker right on the back of Reese now. Reese right on the back of Diamond. Oh, yeah, Diamond left.
Diamond's left.
Right back.
Oh, I can't see. I've not been seeing anyone thing, but I will get him back as quick as possible. Come on, don't tell me.
I didn't even know Diamond left. But here goes Reese on Diamond. He's using all his battery. Down the inside of Reese. And he's past the championship leader of Diamond into turn 1. What a move.
Oh, it's Mongo's coming up the inside of Spenio. Locker's looking to go around the outside of Diamond while Diamond's on, not in the lobby. Can you tell me when he's in? Because
no, I think he's in the lobby now, Gary. He said he joined. So that was a genuine move by Reese up into turn 1, and Diamond's hardly got any battery left either. He's used quite a lot to defend himself. He's struggling on them hard tyres. Has he made a mistake? Has he chucked away a win because he didn't pit under the safety car? At the minute, it's looking like it. There it's all tight grid now because of the safety car. P7 to P1 all separated by about 4 seconds. And you've got 2 of the championship contenders for this year so far, of Locker and Diamond, going to be battling out in the next couple of laps. Locker's got more battery than Diamond and fresher tyres. So coming into turn 1, is this where Locker's going to make his move?
Reese goes, it's just the fastest lap on those hard, so he has some pace still left. Locker's using a fair amount of battery, but just doesn't have the straight line speed compared to Diamond. David's still sitting in P7 behind Scotsman, but he has a 2.8 second gap, as I think Cruiser has got P8 secured.
Yeah, I wonder if he cruises on old hards or they're new. Because you only get 1 set of hard tyres for the race, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been on them twice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep, so we have Reese of the Haas up into P1. Good race by him so far. Second, we have the championship leader of Diamond Dushik in P2, who a lap ago Reese passed. And under pressure is from him is FPL Locker in the Aston Martin. When is he going to make his move? He's going to have to make it soon if he is to wish to pass Diamond. And will Reese or Locker with a Mongo destroy the streak of Diamond, King Dushi and T8?
Someone. But Diamond's coming back at Reese, so Rocker's flying along. As Diamond goes for the outside, it's going to be the inside. He hits the curb.
And he's hit the curb, which has made Locker get a lot closer to him. Locker's using some of his battery and he has not got enough. He's now the level on battery now, so Locker is going to have to try and pass him on pure pace alone now. And look who's creeped up to the back of this lot. Mongo on them fresh mediums too. 21% battery. So he has put himself in the mix for this win here. Just hopefully none of these boys get a penalty, because that will spice things up.
I'm going to check their penalties to see who's got Reese has no warnings, has one warning. Diamond has no warnings. Rocker has 2 warnings, so Rocker's 1 warning away from a penalty.
Yep, so he's going to have to be careful the next 6 laps.
And the same as Mongo, because if they get those 2 get a penalty, it's going to allow Spaniard to get a podium here.
So out of 17 drivers, we have 11 left. We have obviously Chris Sticks down in P11 in the Mercedes. 10th Al Gore, who was our leader at the beginning, but unfortunately spun it a couple of times and he's managed to get himself up into the points paying positions again. 9 for Willie Bum, who also had a spin, who was having a very great race in his spin. Cruz, who's had a couple of spins today in the McLaren, and he's gone for another one after speaking about that. What a lovely 360 that was.
Come on, Cruz, keep going.
So still P8, treacherous turn 3 again. It's horrible that corner. I don't understand why they don't change it. Mr. Lowface, one of our drivers of the day so far, going up from the back of the grid to P7. Brilliant job by him. FPR Scotsman, a bit of a quiet race from him since he spin.
Oh, Al Gore's gone for spin turn 3.
Oh, another one. Yeah, Scotsman went for spin turn 3. He's in a comfortable P6 at the minute, and the fight for first place is Reese, Diamond and Locker, and Mongo. This is going to get feisty now. Top 2, second, third and fourth separated by 6 tenths. So he's got his best straight line speed. Doing, Gary?
Yeah, I'm just looking through the battles at the back between Scotsman and Spenio. They were having they got very close. Scotsman had a look into turn 1, just keeping an eye on him. There wasn't really much of the move, but he just had a look.
Right, and we had Reese there go really wide coming out of turn 5 and 6, and that got Diamond got up about 3 tenths. So it's now put him more position into the DRS.
Because that battery
behind Diamond was split up a little bit extra now.
Yeah, look at Reese's battery. He's got 30% battery, while everyone else has only got 10%. Scotsman's got 50%, so Scotsman might be the man to watch. With all that battery, he's got probably like a whole second a lap extra of pace.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you just can't get past. It's 2 people who've got the straight line speed today, struggling to get past.
No,
here we go, Diamond on Reese. Is this going to be close enough? Is he going to go for the chance? No, he's left it for another lap. He goes slightly wide there. Just lost him a bit. Just now has brought Locker right onto the back of him. He's doing a very good job, Gary, on them old, hard tyres.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that he's managed to keep behind Lock on those fresher mediums for so long. Oh, bless me.
So 4 people here racing for the victory in Catalonia in Tier 3. We have Reese. Is Reese a new boy, Gary?
Reese was here last week. His first race was last week.
So it's only his second week and he's already into P1, but you have the championship leader right on his tail. He's going to want to try and get that position back. But what Reese has is a little bit more battery than Diamond, so he'll be using that down his back straight. And then you've got FPRL locker just behind Diamond there. Them three have dropped Mongo off a little bit now. Mongo is 1.2 seconds off. I think he must have made a mistake in the last corner, Gary, because he had DRS but dropped down to 1.4. He must have ran wide towards them sausage curves.
Yeah, it must have been. I didn't see anything. But yeah, he's now dropped off the back, like you said, to Locker, so there must have been something. Locker's gone purple in the first sector, so those mediums are now coming to the point of where they're at their best. Now, Reese is now getting put under a little bit of pressure from Diamond.
Yeah, and this is where these are the corners that the medium tyre is going to prevail up against the hard tyres. It's a bit stagnant at the minute. I would have thought Locker would have got past by now, but it does not help that Diamond has the DRS every lap on Reese, and this is what's keeping him in front of Locker.
Yeah, let's see. I wonder if Diamond is going to try and save up his battery and maybe go for a move on the last lap, because Reese is really burning his battery. Here comes Diamond, but I don't think he's got straight enough speed.
He's going to be close. He's gone defensive Reese, which is going to put him off going into turn 1 and turn 2. So this will give Diamond the slingshot up the hill into turn 4. And so far they have dropped a Locker, and you actually have Mongo catching him. So Locker is under pressure of losing this P3 here.
I really thought the mediums, those fresher mediums, would have allowed the drivers of Locker, Spenio, Scotsman and David to catch up very quickly to Diamond and Reese, who are 23 lap old medium, of hards, I mean. Reese just needs to make sure he gets a good exit. Oh, he's gone a little bit deep.
Yeah, oh no. So last lap is just going to be a last lap lunge by Diamond. 4 attempts off. He's going to have to get a good last corner, but Reese perfectly did them, and Diamond hit that sausage coat really, really bad. It's put Locker straight on the back of him. Is Locker going to get the slingshot here into turn 1?
Here he comes.
Just don't know if he's got that straight line speed. He's going to have to go for a major dive here. And no, he hasn't. It has not worked out.
Fishsticks is going to look for a move on El Gordon in a minute for the last points position. Go on, Fishsticks.
Yeah, it's going to be close between a half a second, but let's go back to the top. You have Locker. Don's going to really suffer with them tyres on this lap.
Look, he's using his back
last corner. Yeah, it's his last corner coming up. Locker has to try and get this P2 off a Diamond.
He's
ran wide there. We've got Mongo right behind him now.
This is going to... Gordon Fishsticks are fighting for the last points as Fishsticks goes up the inside into turn 1.
So coming around at the last couple of corners of the Catalunya Grand Prix in Tier 3. What a race this has been. But let's wait till he gets around the last one. And congratulations to Reese on his second Grand Prix. He has won the Tier 3 Spanish Grand Prix with the championship leader. Unfortunately finished second. FPRL Locker finished in third. Mongo fourth. Espenio fifth. Scotsman sixth. Brilliant David Loweface points position again in seventh. And here comes Cruz in the McLaren. After a dreadful race, he has actually got some points, which may surprise him. We have Willie Bum on the... Oh, Fishsticks is gone, Gary. Where's he gone?
He's dropped it.
Oh no!
Look, there he is.
Oh no!
no! Mystics, what have you done? El God, that's bloody finished.
El Gore takes P10 points for Alpine.
A short team.
Gary, if you can take the screenshots of the necessary pages, please. With the tyres.
David Oldface for driver of the day.
Game driver of the day is David Oldface.
Well, the game's driver of the day. Just need to get the finishing positions. Oh, this is really nice actually. Need to make sure I get the right things. Get the ones without. Need. And. Party. Okay. Just waiting for our last two. Oh, one. As we wait for Reese to join, I don't know if Reese knows.
Have you invited him, Gary?
Yes, I'm just messaging him out. I sent a very, very lovely message to him. Just waiting for Reese.
Okay, Gary, I think we should start. Guys in the party, can you just make sure you keep your audio included in this chat? Gary, if you want to take FBRL Locker, and I will take Diamond Douchey.
Yeah, I'm here with our third place driver. Another podium to his name for this season. And I mistakenly said third in the championship. He's actually second. It's FPRL Locker, formerly known as WOR Locker, but we'll call him Locker no more. Yeah, so Locker, another great result for you. Did you expect to get a podium today?
Yeah, because I felt pretty good around Spain, to be honest. So yeah, it was all about just wanted a decent-ish finish to the sprint, set me up nicely for the feature, and yeah, another one. I think that's 3 in a row I've got now. A first, a second, and a third.
Oh yeah, because you won in Imola, you got second in Miami, and now you got third. You've done. There's actually 4 podiums this season. I think you're staking your claim on P2 in the championship. I don't think anyone's getting anywhere near Diamond. Not throwing any shade. Obviously, it was our first sprint race of the season. How did you find the first sprint race of the season? How did you find the setup of it all?
Uh, I enjoyed it, to be honest. Apart from the wet weather in the sprint, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one.
And my final question is, as you know,
Hmm.
the dreaded track for all our drivers is coming up next, Monaco.
Hmm.
Uh, are you looking forward to racing Monaco next week, or are you going to give it a hard pass?
No, I'm racing. I'll never back down from racing. Just gotta. It's one of them, innit? You gotta keep it clean, and yeah, just hope for the best. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's going to be a hard one, but we'll soon see.
You got anything to say to Rocket Ads?
No, just well done from where you started. Obviously, you made your way up to P3 and you held off in the end. My question was, you obviously pitted for your brand new set of mediums late on. Safety car, you took the gamble. Was it your setup that was affecting you getting past Diamond? We saw you struggling down the straight. Did you choose more of a downforce setup rather than a low downforce?
Yeah, it looked like I didn't have that straight line speed on him, unfortunately. I think that's why I was pretty much caning the battery last 3-4 laps. Um, but yeah, I just think it was a case of my his setup was a little bit quicker down the straights than mine. But
Yeah,
I
other
think,
than that, I think you probably played the strategy right. Obviously, if it wasn't for Diamond straight line speed, I think he would have gone further back because them tyres at the end, I think, were pretty disgusting.
yeah, I was more worried
But
about
yeah,
keeping Mongo behind me as well for them final couple of laps.
but yeah, congratulations on another podium position this
Thank you
year.
very much.
We are now going to our P2 driver, who has again extended his points tally at the top of the table in this championship. So Diamond, let's firstly talk about what happened in the short qualifying today. You was obviously coming up the top of the hill, and then you found yourself staring at Mr. Sir David Lowface.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was nothing really he could do, nothing I could do. It's a fast blind crest, and he beached it on the curb, and then lit his tyres up and spun on the racing line. It is what it is. There's nothing that either of us could have done about it.
No, lucky enough for you, it was only a short quali and not a normal quali. But nevertheless, I think you started fourth. Obviously, made your way up to second through the sprint race. How did you feel? I think this is the first time, isn't it, this year that we've had a wet race? Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you're right.
Remember?
Think you're right.
I'm right on I, yeah. So how did you feel with the cars in the rain? Did you enjoy it, or was it something that you didn't really enjoy?
No, I felt fine. Managed to get up to second, and Algord was rapid in the wet, so I just decided to hold station and come home with the second. There was no point in pushing really hard and potentially making a mistake. It was just much better for me to take the 7 points.
Yeah, and then obviously coming into the race, you obviously had a good start, but at the beginning you had Elgord, who was eventually started pulling away a little bit of a gap from you at the beginning, made that spin, and you kind of controlled it from there. But when the second safety car came out, what was going through your head? Because everyone around you obviously pitted. Did you ever think about pitting, or was you literally going to stay on them hard tyres?
No, I was always going to stay on the hards. I felt comfortable on them. I knew the tyre wear was going to be bad, but I knew that with the setup I had the straight line speed to stay ahead anyway. Having the other two guys behind me was kind of a buffer to Locker as well, so I knew they would kind of hold them back a bit. But then disconnected from the race, and that let Reese through. Definitely don't think he would have got past me if I was actually there. But that's the way it went, and still good points for second.
Yeah, so you got P2 in the end, still extended your championship. So, like what Gary said, coming into next week, we have the Principality of Monaco. Going to be the first time, obviously, we're all going to be competing together around this circuit. How do you feel it's going to fare with these cars, much wider cars? Obviously, the handling is totally different. How do you think the next week's going to go for yourself and for others?
I feel quite comfortable around Monaco. It feels a lot better to drive in this race than in this game than it was previous. But it's Monaco, so you can't really predict what's going to happen. But it should be a fun race.
Yeah. Again, congratulations on P2 and P3. Unfortunately, we have lost Reese. We obviously fed up waiting. But again, congratulations, Reese.
His mic doesn't work, actually.
Oh, his mic doesn't work. Okay, so his mic doesn't work.
I'll say nice things about him.
Yeah, so brilliant race by you, Reese. Congratulations on your win after just 2 races in this league. You are, I believe, Gary's driver of the day. Am I correct?
I would have put it David, but because of both Reese's incredible recovery drives in both the races, I'm going to go with Reese.
Okay, well, I'm going to spice things up now, and I'm going to give my driver of the day, and I think it deserves to go to David. He made a solid, from where he started, finished P7 in the points. Another solid race by Dave. He got up to P2 at one point, so made a brilliant strategy call at the beginning. So he's my driver of the day. So everyone, please join us next week for the Tier 3 race around Monaco, and please join in our Tier 1 race tomorrow, again around Catalonia, and our Tier 2 race on Friday. Anything to add, Gary?
1, your driver day opinion doesn't matter. 2, I've made a mistake. It's actually Azerbaijan next. Then